Alright guys, we're back with our blind playthrough. It was just a little late on my end in the previous part, which is why I concluded it, so let's get to Brooklyn Visions Academy. Hey, is that one of Prowler's hideouts? Let's check that out.
There you go. Everything's gonna be alright.
Bless you, Spider-Man.
That's assuming they have health insurance. That is the sad reality right there. If Spider-Man is dropping civilians off at an ambulance, and they don't have health insurance, they're screwed. I'm amazed they have not touched upon that whatsoever. These cultists have to be so brash and quite arrogant to do these brandings out in the open.
Found another one.
Gotta be very fast here.
And that's all of them. Should have access to the stash now.
Alright, that did it. So that was a different take on the Prowler stashes. I did not expect to do that.
Now you're really bringing me back, kid. My very first stash.
Why in Queensbridge?
The Moose Turtle Arcade. Or at least it used to be before they tore it down and built that skyscraper. Your dad and me basically lived there when we were little.
Oh, I unlocked a new gadget.
So fast. But Jay would always spot me some of his. I'd give anything to go back to that arcade with my big brother. One more time. I miss him.
Me too, Unc. Wish Dad and Uncle Aaron could have made things right before he... What's up? I'm stopping you today!
Wow, that is dangerous. Okay, so you lose a bit of your camouflage when you use your gadgets. That one is very dangerous. I've got to take care of him. Oh, he blocks your webs? Okay. Yeah, good thing the camouflage is really good for dealing with these kind of enemies. Miles might honestly be the best Spider-Man, just based on his capabilities.
Hey Pete, you ready to come by the Foundation?
Sure. I'm excited to see what you're up to.
Great. I'm excited to show you.
Oh, gotta grab this call from NJ. See you soon.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Just got off the phone with Harry, and this Foundation thing could be interesting.
Oh, nice. Some hope on my work front, too. I dug into the tech that gang used to mess with the prison transfer. It's DARPA-level stuff.
Yeah.
DARPA?
Whoever's behind them has a ton of resources. Miles thinks he saw their leader. Some kind of big game hunter, fur vest-looking guy.
Interesting. I'll keep digging. If I can get this story on the front page, it might help us track him down faster. Maybe do my job, too.
I do wonder if Kraven comes from the same region as Silver Sable. He is Russian. I don't know if Silver Sable's Russian as well.
Hey, need a dance partner? I've been waiting.
Oh, Miles! Very odd how when you're playing as Peter, you can randomly stumble upon Miles, and it doesn't seem to work the opposite way. Oh, nice! I didn't even do anything with that. I didn't do some kind of unique command. I just pressed square, and they did that finisher spontaneously.
Better put out the fires.
Thanks for the assist.
Just trying to keep up with you.
It sucks that they don't do different animations when you interact with them. They keep doing the same hug animation. I don't mind it. I just wish they did different animations each time.
Chief Clark, everything okay?
We're about to demolish a hospital that was damaged during Sandman's attack, but there's a lot of debris slowing down the technicians. If you're free, They could really use your webs to help keep the buildings stable while they work.
Absolutely.
Thanks. We'll keep working until you get here.
I'd be curious to know the number of dynamic events that can occur during these city missions.
And there we are. Pros will take it from here.
You can tell everyone in there how much of a good guy you are. Thank you.
I gotta say, I really like... Oh, wow, this area still has not been cleaned yet. That could be handy. Because I use that a lot, and it could be very helpful with extending the combo. New York looks really nice in this game. There's a lot of character with the different buildings, the signs, the colors.
Hey, Chief.
Thanks for coming. We've managed to set our explosives in every zone except the last one. The demo crew's in there. There's 4 of them.
I'll find them. Just keep your radios open. And make sure nobody touches that detonator. Spider-Bot can search faster in there than I can. Your time to shine, little guy. Make Spidey Daddy proud.
Also, what happened to the Spider Bros? Why'd they remove that gadget as well?
Clark gets them out.
Is anyone out there? Help!
Is that a robot?
Hey, it's Spider-Man. I just relayed your location to fire and rescue, so they'll be here any minute. It's gonna be okay.
Spider-Man. Thank you.
Hey, Clark, did you get the location I just sent over?
Our team's moving in now. Thanks.
Nice. How could there still be rats in here? The amount of debris everywhere. And damage to the building.
Test out my pulse blast then.
Pulse blast? What? From a small drone like this? That doesn't seem possible. Although, what am I talking about? The Spider Bros had that, but that just seemed more powerful than usual.
Anyone? I can't move! Help!
Hang on, I'll get you out of there.
Thank you.
Help's coming. Fire and rescue knows where you are, and they'll be here soon. You're going to be okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Clark, you should be getting a new location anytime now.
Just came in. We'll head right over once we finish getting Mr. Robleski out.
I love that they're showcasing Spider-Man working with the police, the firemen, and there are different unique characters in these groups. I really love that they're relaying that sense of community, like the way Spider-Man bonds with civilians, the policemen, and the fire crew, and other individuals. There's just something about the way they relay that character design through the mission structure and the dialogue that is impressive with Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man 2.
I think it's broken.
I'll get you out. One sec. Fire and rescue's on the way. Just try not to move. They'll have you out of here soon.
Okay. Thank you, Spider-Man.
Looks like I need to go up. So it's field testing time for my latest upgrade.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Initiate jump jets. I'm on a fuel meter. I gotta be careful. Spider-Bot uses compressed air to power its jump jets. When the air supply is empty, landing will replenish it.
Hey, Clark, did you get the last location I sent your way?
Heading there now. There's only one other worker left inside. Hurry, Spider-Man.
Leave it to me. I can see light through that ceiling debris.
Just imagine if policemen or rescue workers had such devices. I mean, they're already working with, like, animals, for instance, and insects that have cameras, and they even have certain animals and insects for bomb disposal. And yet we can't even do something as simple as just make a miniaturized drone like this.
I'm coming. Just hang on.
Oh, this is the same clinic that Jameson was going to. I mean, he was going to a heart clinic. It was a different heart clinic, but
I'm good.
yeah, it's the same name.
But I saw somebody up ahead a few minutes ago. Purple jacket. Make sure you help them.
Hey, Clark, I just sent a new location your way. But this guy said someone else is still tracking you.
Really? You're not missing anyone else. But if you can find them, we'll get them out.
I'm on.
A gas mask.
Nobody here.
I can only imagine the amount of dumb complaints this game will receive with these kind of mission designs. You know, people will complain about the Peter Parker sections. People will complain about these sections. This is there for variety, people. I don't think people realize that even when you have a really fantastic combat system, the longer you play that combat system, the more stale it'll get. These sections are needed to subconsciously replenish the rejuvenation that people feel when they go back into that combat system. And again, like they're not afraid to upset a few individuals, a few insignificant individuals, to deliver more variety with these missions and build character. I really like that they're doing these kind of missions. It's really cool. And when you return to this game with a fresh mindset and you do these kind of missions again, it still feels very interesting. People just tend to view games as junk food. Just you constantly gorge on junk food every single day. And that's pretty much the best analogy I can give for people who just go back to games so quickly and they end up feeling sick of it. This is why you return to games after a longer duration, so that you can return to them with a fresh mindset. I say this all the time in my channel. I've said this plenty of times in my other videos. Uh-oh. It's the cult.
You want to be a follower of the flame? Start trusting him.
Follower of the flame.
As soon as they're done with the deserter, we're out. The explosives will bury whatever's left of him and the evidence.
Kill someone.
Uh-oh. I gotta stop them.
If I head into that vent, I could get a look at these people.
Just who is this cult? Were they in the comics? I do not know these guys.
Wait, I've fought these people before. Organized, fanatical.
I wonder if that's dynamic dialogue. Like maybe if you don't do the city events involving this faction, you won't get this kind of dialogue.
Yeah, I'm getting big cult vibes.
What about the intruder that's been skulking around?
They can't stop all of us. Now keep looking for supplies. We'll need them in the days ahead.
Oh boy.
What are they? Oh no.
I didn't say anything to the police. Never even mentioned the flame. I just wanted out.
Then you should have remembered we all go out the same way we come in. Painfully.
Get out of here!
Thank God.
The fool's beacon! The prophecy said you'd face us eventually.
The prophecy? Oh man, I've always wanted to be in one of those. Not crazy about the nickname though. So, what's my prophecy? Endless fighting? Death by building? Grow 4 arms and become a giant man spider?
To burn with the rest of the unworthy.
That's it? Oh, okay. Did anyone else hear that?
Whoa.
Guys, can we take this outside?
Oh boy.
Is everyone okay? Besides me knocking you out, obviously? We're better than you ever will be.
Trying to web zip, but it's not responding. There we go.
Who are you people? The only one
Oh shit!
enough to survive what's coming.
Did that do damage? I have no idea.
Pretty sure this building is gonna fall apart before then.
Oh god, I keep getting too excited. I gotta focus. That can be very reliable. Kick him into the wall and then shoot them with your webs. This game is so much fun. There hasn't been a single bad moment. It's been amazing.
Burned eternal.
Prowler? Are you some other version of Prowler? Who are you? I've never seen you before.
Thanks. So what's your deal?
There you are.
Hey!
Wraith? Who's Wraith? Wait a second!
My smoking.
It's Yuri! Oh my god, it's Yuri! They touched upon that in the DLC! No way! As soon as I heard that name, I remembered back to the DLC. Because I remember Yuri killed some big enforcer who got out of police custody because of corrupt lawyers. But where on earth did Yuri get these skills? Oh my god! That's amazing!
Yuri?
Lowlifes call me Wraith. Fits pretty well, I think.
I tried... Where have you been?
No time.
What about them?
They made their choice.
This'll be a new record. And they said it couldn't be done.
That was so unexpected. I can't believe Yuri's mentioned in a side mission and shown here.
Yuri took off.
I was not expecting that.
Thought she'd just need some time after what happened with Hammerhead. But coming back with that suit and a name like Wraith, I should keep an eye on her. And the other on these cultists.
That doesn't make any sense. Because Yuri indicated to Spider-Man that she killed that enforcer. And I remember as a side mission in the DLC, you had to find these crimes. Like there was clearly a serial killer at work or something, I think. I don't remember exactly how that mission was structured. Were you finding evidence? Were you finding dead individuals who were criminals? I don't remember what it was. But clearly, Yuri indicated to Spider-Man in the DLC of Marvel Spider-Man that she killed that enforcer. And that's all he has to say right here. I thought she needed time to cool off after Hammerhead. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't play off what Yuri said to Spider-Man about her killing that enforcer. That doesn't make sense.
I need more eyes.
But that was a really cool side mission. What an amazing side mission. I was not expecting that. That is crazy. Like, that is a great example of a side mission that has a very similar quality to the main story in terms of the cutscenes, the writing, the set pieces you're doing.
Hey, what's up?
So interesting.
Just wanted to let you know that I talked to Gloria, and
Oh, Gloria!
I'm gonna send a donation truck to the house tomorrow for the rest of May's stuff.
I don't think I'll be able to go through everything by then. Can you cancel that? I promise I'll donate it all myself as soon as I'm finished with... everything.
I'll call him right now. But Don't push yourself too hard, Parker. I'm serious.
Hey, you know I'd much rather be curled up next to you with the latest physics journal right now.
Hey, watch the traffic.
Especially that French one.
Sometimes you're just too romantic. I'll talk to you later.
Keep your eyes up and off your phone.
This game is so amazing. I have to say that again. It is amazing. And that whole moment with Yuri
Need to stop those cultists before they
was
burn
so
everything.
amazing.
Hope I'm not intruding.
Never.
Ah, hello, Miles.
What's the matter? Who's Spider-Man? Who's tough?
Oh god, oh god! I've got to focus on that guy. Oh, nice work, Miles. The AI is really good in this game. They're way better than how they were in Marvel Spider-Man. I think they were competent, but not amazing, like this one.
Who's gonna get that last hit in?
Ah, hubris. It defeats us all.
Emily May. Who's Emily again?
Whoa. I was wondering what this place was.
This place is beautiful.
That's Emily's tree.
Emily Osborne?
This is perfect.
You made it.
I thought you said this was a startup.
Yeah, I was hoping for something a little less this, but my dad was the one who, you know, he made all the arrangements.
Peter Parker.
Ah, no.
So,
The snake
what
himself.
do you think? It's a far cry.
I'm surprised there's no kind of camera shot of Peter just feeling grossed out or just feeling very weird, staring at Norman's ugly face.
From that chop shop that Otto had you in.
Oh, he has to rub it in his face. I guess that actually makes sense with the writing right there. Because Norman is pretty cruel like that.
And now that you're on board, this place is really gonna start cooking.
Particle accelerator? Agriculture? Energy?
Dad, Pete hasn't decided he's joining yet.
This is so cool! This place is
Really?
beautiful!
But I was gonna give him a tour, let him decide for himself.
All right. You know, seeing you boys together again. Right then. Have fun.
I remember going to a similar
Go
lab,
exploring.
or organization or building in Miles Morales. You went to a flashback section in Miles
So the first
Morales,
thing
and you
I
actually
wanna
saw Otto and Peter together. And I'm getting vibes back to that particular building.
You is downstairs,
Harry, this place.
right? Dad went a little more over the top than I would have liked.
How did
She
you...
got things set up while I was still undergoing treatment, but when I got out, I made a few changes.
Like what?
Diverted my salary into research projects, installed a diverse board to keep us on the right track, and made sure all research aligned with our mission, to heal the world.
Or, you know what? Why do you not talk about the stations? You know, those stations that Peter went to as a side mission in Marvel Spider-Man, and you were focusing on the different problems with New York City, like with pollution, fish dying, electrical issues, issues with the steam pipes. Why don't you talk about that, Harry? Did you ever get the chance to look at those research stations?
First, I want you to meet Dr. Young, who's a leading
Dr. Young?
entomologist. You know what entomology is?
Yeah,
Dr. Young is doing this super cool research on bees. Or, to be more precise, on bee predators.
Oh, you know what? This building... There's a combat encounter I remember from the early gameplay with Kraven's henchmen.
Here, follow me.
Data does not cross-tabulate with the AI learning we did during the last milestone.
Milestone.
I'm excited to show you this.
1 second. Let me just see the rest of this lab. I keep hearing buzzing. Oh, really?
Hey, come see what we're working on.
Are those mechanical bees? Or are they real
Ready to
bees?
talk to Dr. Young?
You must be Peter. So nice to meet you. I think you'll like this project.
Yeah, they're drones.
Great to meet you, Dr. Young. Harry says you're working with bees.
Yes, and it's quite an urgent situation. A full third of the food you eat every day comes from crops pollinated by bees. But worldwide populations are in steep decline, primarily due to a significant predator. The carnivorous bee wolf.
Bee wolf?
We developed an...
Is that real? Oh, they are real. So they're bee hunters or bee killer wasps. Clever.
innovative way to help the bees. Want to see how?
Wow, they're actually using a game controller for the operators. That's very ergonomically friendly, I would say.
Whoa, this is cool.
Bee
little
wolves
drones are
destroyed?
essentially bee bodyguards that were training to detect and attack bee wolves.
AKA bee killer wasps.
And you're helping with the machine learning algorithm. Do you see those little holographic bee wolves? The better you are at shooting those, the better our drones get at recognizing what to target.
The idea is for the drones to scare the bee wolves away, not hurt them.
Okay.
Hear that, little bee wolves? You still get to pollinate another day too.
Oh, nice!
God, one of these days we need to figure out how to pollinate food without the need for bees, honestly. Like, what is it about bees that makes it impossible to replicate their behavior with machines?
Oh yeah! Gotta protect the hive. Nice!
I'm really confused by that. Like, why is it so hard for scientists to replicate bee behavior or bee chemicals or anything like that with machines?
Gotcha!
I'm getting the hang of this.
You're done, Peter. A very productive session. We got great data.
Okay, flying home.
If those virtual bee wolves you just took out were real, you'd have saved the lives of about 2,500 bees.
Wow. I'd love to help any way I can. I could take a look at juicing the neural network speed.
Oh, yes, please.
Maybe if Pete decides to join us, you two can talk some more.
Neural network? Did Norman use aspects of Otto's neural interface and incorporate them into certain milestones here?
Thanks, Dr. Young. I've got so much more to show you, Pete. Let's go. Now, up ahead is the medical research area. We're doing cutting-edge proton beam work, using
proton beam? Just like Ghostbusters.
protons instead of X-rays, with better targeting and less radiation.
It's all the stuff we talked about. All the stuff we dreamed could make the world a better place.
That's the idea.
This research institute is amazing. So what's this? PCM 98, DNA 06. That's a map of New York, it looks like. Is that supposed to be, No, it's not the polymerase chain reaction, it's something else. There's the, DRN-12, which is the, drone we were piloting. DBG-42. SWM22. What is that? No clue. PVG22. And what do we have here? What's this? Artificial organs? Are these 3D printed? So we have a lungs, the kidneys. Not seeing a heart anywhere. I mean, there's a heart there, it looks like. So fascinating. I kind of want to look back at the previous areas. Now that Harry's not distracting me.
I know the numbers for the anoxygenic bacteria are really something else, aren't
Anoxygenic?
Talked to the head of committee, and he just gave the okay to do another compartment in the space lab.
they? Really?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, that is wonderful news. Do you know who's going to be heading that?
I think it's Pronsky. He's gonna be in charge of that one.
I wonder if they're doing research on fungi and bacteria and parasites. What do we have here? I'm not that familiar with how chemistry symbols are designated. I know that's N2, so that's just nitrogen, there's silicon. They're repeating the same conversation again. That's helpful for anyone who wants to hear it. This game is a substantial improvement over Marvel Spider-Man 1. It's crazy. I did not expect the changes to be this impressive.
A reminder that the Sustainable Energy Consortium.
Harry, a moment, if you please.
Dr. Connors?
Any chance it can wait a sec?
It'll be quick.
Thank you. Doc, this is my friend Peter. Peter, Dr. Connors.
We've actually met. I used to work with Dr. Octavius. You came to the lab once to consult on electrotactile stimuli. Oh. Yes.
You seem detached.
It's a shame about Dr. Octavius.
Huh. What's he using that device for? Is he assessing the temperature on Harry's forehead in case he's infected? It's not like he has COVID.
His work had so much promise. Any changes since this morning? Dizziness, aches, pains.
I guess Dr. Connors is... Oh, right. Actually, yeah. Right, because I remember 2 years ago, I believe, Doc Connors was there with Norman and assessing Harry's condition, so I'm guessing that's why he's doing his tests.
Anxiety, impulsive thoughts. Nope. I've never been better. That's what worries me. Nice to see you again. Your doctor is the lizard. Dad.
Whoa, what? So, okay, I was confused. I thought the initial gameplay that they showed before Marvel Spider-Man 2 released was the first encounter with the lizard, but apparently not. So, Doc Connors has transformed into the lizard before. Interesting.
Believes in second chances. Hey, listen, I gotta go make a call, but feel free to explore. Come meet me upstairs when you're ready.
Oh, it's the arms that Dr. Octavius worked on.
But it seems to be working for everyone to have Dr. Connors here. Guess I'll look around. This is the original prototype from Otto's lab. This would have been crime scene evidence. I wonder how it ended up here.
I still wonder what the main reason was that Otto Octavius decided to favor the octopus arms rather than human limbs. I get that they seem more versatile, but and also Oct did find a way to compress the arms so that they can be safely stored on a person's backside, allowing more room when you're in like a very tiny room, so that they're not bumping into everything. It seems a bit overkill, if you ask me. Doesn't really seem like the best way to restore limbs.
Nice. Seems inspired by some of Otto's work without the hardwiring problems. Wonder if Dr. Connors has used this. Though after that lizard rampage, he may be done testing his work on himself.
Strange how they have these plants here. Why don't they have them in a separate department? I guess it's there for the livelihood of individuals, because it's very easy to be despondent over
So much
a
to
not so
see.
colorful
Where
work
do I even
environment.
start?
Why do you think people hate office spaces in a lot of greedy corporations? I myself had to work in an office space like that in the military. What a horrible experience that was.
Who's going to tell Nico?
Not me.
Nico?
I like my job and plan to keep it.
Well, I didn't find the problem. Looks like it's on you.
Fine. Cowards.
MTR 92.
I should explore as much as I can right now.
The origins of life on Earth remain a mystery. How could organic life forms have arisen from non-biological chemical compounds? Recent discoveries of meteorites containing organic molecules considered the building blocks of life may provide a potent clue.
So we still don't know what happened to the symbiote when it was done with Harry. Was it stored somewhere here? And this whole thing with organic molecules on the meteorite, is this where the symbiote originated from? And they were running experiments on that, and that's what made them think to apply it to Harry? Must be that. But this whole thing with organic life arising from non-biological components was actually a study in the real world. And to my knowledge, I don't know if this is how it played out, a bunch of scientists filled a beaker with certain chemical compounds, and it was struck by lightning, and they created DNA or something. That's odd, though, because, you know, I believe most DNA originates from viruses. I mean, viruses, they're mainly composed of DNA. I mean, like all organic things, but I think it's very different with viruses. Like, I think viruses are what actually make the human genetic code, basically. A laser grid? What could this be used for? It's making a strange noise. Space, future, universe.
Did you do the XRF analysis?
What if I needed a higher resolution spectrometer?
Do you?
I mean, it would get better analysis, better data.
Did you have a brand in mind?
I heard that doctor has a prototype inside the Baxter building. But I don't
Baxter
suppose that's
building?
What's the best thing to start with?
A reminder that the Sustainable Energy Consortium will need...
What's
Imagine
this?
I work here every day. It's almost too good to be true.
No kidding.
Paying off the mortgage. But what if Spidey work gets in the way? Gotta think this through before signing on.
Definitely. Whoa, why is there a floating cup here? Well, that's a graphical error. What do we have here?
Hey, what are you doing with these bikes?
We're working on ultra-efficient batteries, charged by bicycles.
These bikes? Can I ride them?
I mean, how is that any different to the alternator of a car exactly? I mean, every time a car is active and it's moving, it's charging the battery. So are you saying you're applying that principle to bikes? Okay.
Not right now, but when they're road ready, we'll need people to test them.
Nice. I'll try to come back.
Dr. Washington, your lab supplies have arrived. Please dial operations.
Yeah,
Hey, whenever you're ready, come meet me up here.
I'm on my way. I'll see you in a sec. Cool fish.
Not just fish, research subjects. Want to feed them?
Yeah?
Japanese koi fish have well-studied pigmentation variation, which is ideal for our research into enhanced reflectivity.
Stacks of intracellular anhydrous guanine crystals.
Separated by cytoplasm, we're finding it very useful for eco-friendly roofing materials.
So cool.
I didn't quite grasp the wording. I'll have to rewatch the video again. I'm surprised they're not doing research on
love this place.
zebrafish, because I remember in the Amazing Spider-Man when Dr. Connors was explaining cross-species genetics, he cited a patient with Parkinson's, I believe it was, because Peter then cited the zebrafish as having the ability to regenerate cells on command, and I believe it was related to dopamine production. That's what I recall. Would have been very interesting if they put in the zebrafish as an homage to the Amazing Spider-Man and the whole idea of cross-species genetics. But I guess because Doc Connors was the lizard originally, he can't have any cross-species work being presented here. Must be that.
There's so much to explore. But I shouldn't keep Harry waiting.
I really think we need more security.
Really? For a Save the World non-profit?
Yeah.
An Oscorp Save the World non-profit.
Mostly in name only. I think you're paranoid.
You'd be amazed at how much people are willing to destroy these kinds of innovations. Why else do you think the medical realm has not evolved whatsoever compared to like the video game industry or the military's works? Not that the military is doing anything important right now. I'm sure they're designing new ways to kill off individuals and the like.
But I should get to the second floor to meet up with Harry.
Because people spend more time profiting off of destruction rather than helping people, which, unfortunately, when you look at the logistics, the data, you just look at the way society's set up, financial problems involved with keeping a huge population intact, it makes sense why people would invest more into destruction.
Did you hear about Roger?
He's sick. Witness protection. Apparently, he worked for the Magia in his 20s until he got out. But now, they found out where he lived.
Magia?
Please, I don't need the stress this week.
I think Magia is a reference to another kind of organization, because I remember fighting the Magia in that Iron Man game on the PS2.
Oh, I love that. You know what, this one here, A3, that's the furthest from the axis in both.
Let's draw that up in a presentation and make sure everybody sees it.
Okay, sounds good.
Not stressful, Sand.
Yes, we need someone to come back and check the humidity sensors. Again, yes.
God, the amount of conversations they put into this section alone is crazy.
Thank you for understanding. See you soon.
Oh, what's this? Thank God I kept exploring. I would have missed this.
This laboratory is currently the testing ground for our GMO crimes, examining real-world productivity and nutritional content in plants that have been optimized for specific temperature or water-stressed environments. This is where science meets real-world conditions, getting us one step closer to literally feeding the planet.
Or colonizing other worlds. I mean, can you imagine? Like, I remember in Batman Arkham Origins, GothCorp was doing research on freezing plants, like growing them in low temperature settings, in like sub-zero temperatures, I believe, and this would probably help with colonizing like the moon, for instance, or like other planets. But of course, you need to have an incredibly large microbiota system to create an atmosphere with like sustainable living. How else do you think the atmosphere of our world works? Microbiota helped create the oxygen that helps us breathe. The other aspects with the atmosphere, even though the atmosphere is like 80% nitrogen.
The problem is these red markers. Why do they dry out faster than the others?
Because you overuse them? Why do you have to make everything red?
Focus. So, P2X. Deployment and logistics.
That's not the problem.
Then what is it?
It's the effectiveness at scale. There's not enough surplus energy to replace fossil fuels.
Okay. So the problem is effectiveness at scale.
Well, that's one of our problems.
I don't make everything red.
And they're forming an angle less than 90 degrees.
Okay, is this with the PNR sequence?
It is, and you can see it's slightly off axis.
Yeah, you know what? Let's adjust the sensors and see If that makes a difference.
Ethanol?
It does. Did you see that?
Oh, that looks great.
Okay, I'll go ahead and note that.
Check the reading on the SCR, will you?
SCR. Okay, that's 6239er.
Okay. Signal phase shift?
It's all set up. I
Perfect.
like that. Nice.
Fluoromethyl hexafluoroisopropyl ether. That's a chemical compound I just know.
Interesting. Negative energy.
We are trying to harness it in a way that is beneficial.
That would be a good trick. Good luck.
Just like Mr. Negative's power. Interesting that they have that on display. Looks like a wind turbine. In fact, there is so much to explore. This is amazing.
That looks familiar.
Oh, this is a new form, if that's what you're thinking.
Oh, new form?
We just want to
From
know if there's
Miles
anything we can
Morales?
learn from it for an alternate, safe energy source.
Good to know.
But they decommissioned that. New form had problems. Roxxon had no idea what they were doing with new form, and it nearly destroyed Harlem. I'm amazed they still have that sample.
The Emily May Foundation is working on a proposal to renovate and expand the city's aqueduct system, starting with the Central Park Reservoir, to efficiently provide clean water to everyone in the 5 boroughs.
What's this? Some kind of radiation treatment, maybe? Wonder if this is what they used for Harry's treatment.
Well, it wasn't. It was a dead end, likely.
Let's see what's going on here. Maybe I can help. Oh yeah, that would take a while. I'm not sure there's time to dig in now, but I'd sure like to come back and work on this later. So many cool things here. Looks like Connors is putting the research he did after he lost his arm to good use. Wonder if he regrets testing that serum on himself. Must be unnerving walking around with dormant lizard DNA in your body.
Is that one of the uncoded regions of the DNA that he ended up making coded? And that's why he transformed into a lizard? Because we do have DNA from those kind of species as well, but it's very minuscule, and I believe it's uncoded. Although I do know that uncoded DNA has some function. I don't remember what specifically uncoded DNA does in the body. It's unclear, and this wasn't active before.
The need for medical organ transplants far outnumbers available donors. An innovative solution uses 3D printing.
Yeah, I was right, 3D printing technology.
Custom replacement organs, decreasing the likelihood of transplant rejection and increasing the chances of a successful outcome.
I would assume that would increase the chances of rejection because the body's identifying an unfamiliar organ that's not exactly organic. Like 3D printing is an inorganic process. Wouldn't the body reject that?
Here at the Emily May Foundation, this cutting-edge work is being put to use, saving lives.
Too bad you have to have health insurance, and it'll likely make this incredibly expensive. That is a sad reality, unfortunately. You will not believe how absurd America's health insurance is. You know the amount of people that say health insurance is a scam? You can find videos on this all over YouTube.
Beehives show complex group decision-making and group locomotion.
Oh my god, you know what I just realized? What if this lab right here introduces Swarm as a villain? Swarm is one of the unfamiliar villains of the Spider-Man series. I know in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Swarm was a meteorite that fell to Earth, and it was able to control bees to create this hive mind that looks very similar to the Gnezdo from Resident Evil 6, but given actual form, and he could turn organic beings into like drones, basically, that had bee characteristics. And I remember in Marvel Spider-Man, the TV series, for some reason in the Marvel Spider-Man TV series, Uncle Aaron is not the Prowler. He's actually Swarm, I believe. But he's only shown in like one episode, I believe. He doesn't return, which is odd. But this lab might actually give birth to Swarm. It might actually create Swarm as a villain.
Swarming is an annual process in which the colony expands and splits. The Emily May Foundation has discovered that specific changes in the honeycomb's vibrational spectra precede a primary swarm. This research will help beekeepers support healthy swarming without invasive observational techniques for optimal health and reproduction in our beleaguered bee population.
That makes sense, I suppose, with specific sounds and vibrations. I know that there are some behaviors associated with bees where they flap their wings and vibrate them at a specific frequency to communicate with the entire hive. And like I've even seen bees take down a Japanese giant hornet, and they basically swarm the hornet and use their own body temperature to heat the hornet to an unsustainable temperature, and it dies. And I've also seen bees wiggle their thorax in such a way that it translates to the hives. I don't know how that specific behavior works, but I would imagine like the vibration in their wings, if you use the right vibration frequency, or like basically like vibration likely does serve a purpose here, which I can totally understand that. It sucks that you can't replay these boards. Not entirely sure why it's just one use.
Drones?
Yeah, doing a little cross-collaboration between the Energy Lab and the Agricultural Lab. Ultralight drones, using the new battery tech for crop monitoring.
Very cool. Do they collect crop data too?
They will, by the time we're done with them.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
I don't seem to be missing anything. So I guess it's time to go meet Harry. This was a really fun section. I love this change of pace. I know morons like Seraphim17 are just going to hate this section to death. But that's only because they don't actually view games from the correct format. They don't actually look at the foundations that the developers built this game on. It's trying to blend story and gameplay together in an interesting format. It's not the developer's fault you don't have the patience to put up with this, or the ability to actually return to games after a while with a fresh mindset. What an idiot.
You really have a particle accelerator?
We use it to send proton beams to that treatment room downstairs.
It looks similar to Stark's arc reactor.
It's being repaired right now, but we'll have it back up in no time.
Incredible. Where are we heading now?
Up to the top floor.
Your energy seems really good, Harry.
I feel great. So put your way back helmet on and think back. Even before high school. To middle school.
Okay.
Now, do you know the...
Hang on.
You're a popular guy.
Sorry, it's just my tutoring job. You were saying?
You know the stuff everyone studies in middle school with Gregor Mendel and the pea plants?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know that.
About genetics and plant hybridization?
Exactly. So, Dr. Foster up ahead, he's won every top prize in the field for his work with plant genetics.
And I specifically remember with Dr. Mendel and the pea plants, I believe this also related to corn as well, because like corn is not actually yellow in its natural state. It was originally purple, and then something happened to cause it to be yellow. So it's probably relating to Dr. Mendel and the pea plants as well, and their dominant and recessive traits.
Wow.
Hey, when you were walking around, did you have a chance to feed the fish?
Yes, that was so great. Interesting research project. And lowers the old cortisol levels, too.
Right? I honestly think it's one of my favorite spots in the building.
I see what you're saying.
The algorithm is similar to long division, if you look at it that way.
Got it.
Dr. Foster.
Thanks, Dr. Foster.
Ah, Peter, I presume. Harry talks about you frequently.
So nice to meet you.
Dr. Foster is working on agricultural efficiency.
With the population growing and the climate changing unpredictably, we need to adapt more quickly than nature normally would. Genetic recombination can customize crops to best meet these new challenges, be it extreme weather or an increase in pests.
Or on a different planet.
Would you like to see this testbed?
Have you even figured out how to protect these crops from locusts? Because remember, the locust swarms come in and they devour whole crops.
Okay.
The idea is to tweak a plant's genes to maximize optimal qualities. For instance, a plant that can thrive in drought conditions. In our simulation, the goal is to maximize growth. Why don't you practice on this?
Okay.
Match the base pairs to incorporate as many growth genes as you can. That'll be a plant that can feed the world.
So I need to place them in such a way where they They combine with each other. There we go. Simple. So the lines have to combine.
Okay, I think I get the hang of it.
Great. Now you're ready to try the real thing. This is a plant we're working on to grow well in drought conditions. Corporations patent GMO seeds for profit and are rightly criticized. But ours are open source, developed for sustainability instead of financial gain.
So smart.
I don't know if I can truly believe that statement. Oh, okay. So that was right.
One step closer to feeding the world.
Nice work. Listen, I know you're not officially on, but could you look at one more gene for me? Curious to get your take on it. It's a crop specifically adapted to urban gardens.
Of course.
Urban gardens. Are you talking about those buildings that have gardens on the inside, like those very large buildings? Is that what those are?
Beautiful work, Peter.
What? But what's the point of the attributes then? I don't understand. That seems redundant then.
We're on track to end world hunger by 2035.
Wow.
Assuming that no one blows up this institute or anyone comes in with some ridiculous fanatical beliefs criticizing the practices that they're doing, because there's all kinds of wackos like that that will detonate bombs or something to destroy research. Like I remember in Criminal Minds, in that one season 2 episode with the FFT brigade, even though it was just one guy who had a huge problem with losing his mom. But he destroyed computers, he destroyed smart buses, gas pumps. There's all sorts of anti-robotic, anti-technology individuals like that. You know, there are a lot of those kinds of individuals, so there's no way you're going to be able to get this out in 2035.
I know a rooftop you could use for a real-world test if you're interested.
Oh, very much so. Harry was right. You'll be a real asset here.
Thank you, Dr. Foster.
So now where?
Last stop. Might be my favorite. It's commanding, but not overbearing. Playful, but not tasteless. Impressive, but not show-off.
Your office.
Or is it our office?
Harry.
Now remember, the things you've seen today are just a small taste of what we're working on. But don't decide just yet, not till you've seen this last thing.
Okay.
Come on, where's your badge? You'll need it to get in.
Where did I put it?
Don't tell me you lost it.
Nope, false alarm. Right here.
Come on, I'm so excited for you to see this.
Okay, okay.
We can actually go into this room.
Swipe.
Wow.
I knew there would be a picture like that.
Man. Harry. This is all so amazing. It's perfect, really. It's just... Things are really hectic right now.
When I was in treatment, all I could think about was, what would I do if I survived? And I kept hearing my mom's voice, telling me that our planet is in trouble. And it's my responsibility to save it.
With great power comes great responsibility. Blue chargers.
Join me? There's so much more that we can do. I mean, we both know you're the smarter one.
The world will not accept your bright ideas. I'm so sorry.
Let's make my mom and May proud.
That's how pathetic the world is, guys.
It's amazing. But there's one thing. Can I move my desk over there? I like to face the wall when I work.
Nice! Oh, that bromance.
One quick thing.
I'm gonna need a little time to transition out of my tutoring job.
Of course. Take whatever time you need.
You know, what do you bet that they're trying to set up Peter moving on and allowing Miles to take the lead? But of course, there are a lot of situations so far in this game where Spider-Man couldn't have done what he did without Miles' help. And Miles is still needing Peter to help, and I think they're trying to set up a false narrative right here that makes it seem like Miles is going to step in and take on the mantle of Spider-Man, allowing Peter to move on with this. But I don't think that's going to be the case, and it would just seem odd for Peter to walk away after like 8 to 10 years being Spider-Man.